We are live. We are live. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are live. And this evening here on the Huddle, I have a question for you. Are you a working class content creator who feels like the YouTube algorithm is against you? You're getting no feedback and you're getting little to no views and you're frustrated as a creator? Well, in this live stream, I want to share with you 7 tips that's going to help you to better understand the YouTube algorithm and get more views. And we're starting right now. Praise the Lord. Welcome to the Huddle. I'm your host, Walter Strong, where our goal is to help working class content creators like yourself to grow your channel, get more views, and make money online. And as we said this evening, Friday night, we're going to be talking about 7 tips that's going to help you to better understand and work with the YouTube algorithm. Too many of us as working class content creators who work a full 9-to-5 job, who have a family, other personal responsibilities, trying to create content, but yet we don't understand how the YouTube algorithm works. We feel like, unfortunately, that the algorithm is against us. You see videos that say how you can beat the algorithm, and it's like you're being presented the perception that this is a game between you and YouTube to get views. This is a game that you're playing to get subscribers and get your content watched by viewers by you beating the algorithm. And I'm here to tell you that perception is wrong. It's important for us as working class content creators who don't do YouTube as a full-time career. We have to understand how the YouTube algorithm works. We have to understand that there is more than just one YouTube algorithm. There are algorithms, but we need to understand, because what we don't understand can frustrate us. What we don't understand in life can cause us to get discouraged and to throw in the towel and to quit. And so we're going to continue on in our discussion from last week's live stream on some of the pain points that we go through as working content creators. Last week, we talked about the pain point of just feeling exhausted, too tired to want to record, and how that tiredness keeps us from being consistent on YouTube. And so now we want to transition now to the next pain point, and that is simply not understanding the YouTube algorithm and why we're getting little to no views. So if you're joining me this evening here on the Huddle, do me a favor in the chat. Let me know where you're watching me from. Give me a hashtag Team Live. Let me know what device are you watching me on. Are you watching me via mobile? Are you watching me through your HD television, or are you watching me on your computer? If you're watching the replay of this live stream episode, in the comment section, give me a hashtag Team Replay. As we get into this discussion, I see one person just popped up, and so no, that's StreamYard. Tell you, I'm getting back in the saddle. There we go. What do we have here? We have the one, the only Mr. Roy Richardson, aka Tech Troublemaker. I know you haven't heard that in a long time, but it's good to be back. So we're going to get into this discussion on how to better understand the YouTube algorithm. So let me pull up my notes here, grab a pen, grab a pad. It's time to go to work. And so the point one that I want to make, that we should all understand, all of us as working class content creators, if you work a 9 to 5 job, if you have a family, you're married, you're happily married for over 20 years plus, you have children, you have grandchildren, and you just have, church and other responsibilities, and you're trying to grow a YouTube channel, this first tip is vitally important. And that is simply understanding that the YouTube algorithm is not against you or me. It's not against me and you. It doesn't favor big, large content creators who have over 100,000 subscribers, those who have silver playlists or gold playlists, and it disfavors the small content creator who has less than 5,000 subscribers. You have a less. No, the YouTube algorithm is not against us, but it is important for us to understand how it works. And the best way I can, simplify the YouTube algorithm is think of Chuck Woolery and the dating game. Chuck Woolery and the dating game, because on the dating game, that what they used to do is it was like a matchmaker. Chuck would kind of get two people together and try to match them together to make sure that they have similar interests and similar passions and similar like things that were important to them, and you would match them together. Well, that's what the YouTube algorithm is trying to do with me and your content, what we are posting for the audience that we want to get in front of. It's trying to find the right audience that clicks on the videos that we are making, that comment on the videos that we're making. Most importantly, they're trying to get the right audience in front of you and me who will watch our content, that we spend time putting a script together, content that we're getting in the front of the camera and pressing record, and then after we're done batch recording, we're doing editing, and we're optimizing, and then we're publishing to try to get us in front of the right audience that will not only just watch one video, but will keep on watching our videos and to stay on the platform longer. The YouTube algorithm is trying to match us with the right audience. And so it is vitally important for me and you as content creators that we understand the audience that we're going after. We have an understanding of the ideal avatar, the target person. And again, as I said last week, we can't view them just as a view. We can't view them just as someone who leaves a comment. We can't view them as a person that we desire for them to subscribe to our channel. We got to view them as real people, as a real person with real issues, and we're presenting them real solutions. And so the YouTube algorithm is not against us, but it's trying to match us with the right people who will watch our content and stay on the platform. Okay, and we'll take it a step further and even start watching our playlist. And I think it's so important that I've learned over the years through the many mistakes I've made. As much as I love and I respect and wanting family and friends to watch my content, I've come to the understanding they're not my real audience. Your family, your friends that you want to binge watch your content and have it on from 11 o'clock at night to 6 in the morning and just put, those are not your people who are your real audience, because then when YouTube begins to show them new content that you make and they don't give that content the same love and attention they did the last time, then we wonder why the video is not performing as good as the last video performed. And so we have to understand the YouTube algorithm is trying to match us with the right audience. And that's why I believe it's so important that we have clarity about what our channel is about. And this is not in my notes here, but have you ever visited a YouTube channel and you go there and there's no banner on the channel? Or if there is a banner, it's very ambiguous. It's very unclear about what this channel was about. You can't figure out what this channel is in the first 30 seconds of being on it. You look in the about section, the description section, and you can find anything about what the channel is about. You see some videos there, that have no thumbnails, but you have no idea what the channel is about. You see an R for Roy as the profile picture, for Walter for W, but there's no profile picture, and you have no understanding what this channel is about, and you as the viewer have no understanding what the value proposition is, or what this person has promised you to provide you. And as a result, what do? You bounce. How many of us as content creators have made this mistake? How about you, Paula? Good evening. Have you made that mistake? You're starting on YouTube and there's no clear understanding of what your channel is about. And so the YouTube algorithm is trying to match us with the right audience, and they can't. And so, which brings me now to tip number 2. The first audience of people, they call what the first 48 hours of your YouTube video being posted, your shirt being posted, your long form video, your tutorial that you've put together being posted. Those viewers, that small batch of viewers are going to play a vital and important key on how this video takes off out of the gate. If you've ever watched track and field, and you see the runners, once the gun goes off and boom, out of the gate, some videos just boom, take off, and they're in the first top 3 of the runners that are running. Some videos that we post are like the last 7 to 10 place runners that are running, but then there are videos that are like between 4 and 5 and 6, and they're just pasting. Slow videos. We want the right people watching our videos in that first 48 hours so that it can gain traction and be able to make an impact. Rather, if that video is answering a specific question for the viewer who's been on YouTube searching for it, if it's a product that you're reviewing and you're giving a review of a particular product, Tech Troublemaker from time to time will review certain products, or give some feedback on the latest news and updates on Ecamm. The viewer is going to become looking for that. But then when the audience is coming, and again, the algorithm doesn't just want people just to watch the video that we've posted. They want them to then, hey, look, you've seen it before. You go to watching a particular video, and then next thing you know, YouTube refers almost 7 pieces of other content to you by either the same person or other people. I'll give you a case in point. We're gonna keep it family PG, but I'm gonna just show you something. I was looking at a video because my daughter is up in college in Syracuse, and she shared some things with me about a decision she was going to make about possibly joining a sorority. And so I began to do some research on sororities. Tech, do you know, after I finished watching that video on sororities, about 20 other videos popped up on sororities and why people were denouncing sororities. And I'm like, wait a minute, I just watched the one video. Where are these 20 other videos coming from? The algorithm is saying, hey, you want more? You want more? You want more? Now, if it's doing that to me and you as the viewer, we want to be on the other side of that as the content creator. I'll push the envelope a little further. One day I was kind of looking at some man stuff that for performance and is masturbation something you should be doing as a man? Do you know once I got finished watching just a little of that, my homepage was flooded with a bunch of other stuff on that top. And I'm like, yo, wait a minute. Now, if it's doing that to me and you as the viewer, what is that telling to me and you as the person that's creating the content? The first 48 hours is very important. So that's why it's important that our video package, our topic, our title, our thumbnail are on point. That's going to grab the viewer's attention. Our opening hook is got to be on point. That'll keep the viewer watching the video, watching the content. What about you? What about your channel? If you're getting ready to start a channel, take notes. Take notes on these tips so that you can better understand how the YouTube algorithm works as a working class content creators. Which brings me now to my next point. High performing videos, and what I mean by that, some people call them outliers, videos that are performing very well, that they're performing, they're not channels that are blowing up and have 10 to 20,000 subscribers, but they've got some videos that have performed a lot better than other videos. And looking at those high performing videos, I'm not saying copy them, but there are some lessons that we can learn from them. What calls this particular topic? Let's go to tech for a moment. Let's go to tech. And this person is talking about the latest tech news on the iPhone 17. And tech is interested in joining the conversation. So looking at how this video performed, this outlier on this video performed by another YouTuber who's in a similar niche, he can begin to look and say, what was it about this video that blew up? Was it the title? Was the title very compelling? Was it concise? Was it the thumbnail? Was the person in the picture of the thumbnail? Was it just the product itself of the iPhone 17? I was watching a video on what happens when your iPhone freezes. How do you shut it down? And so I went to the video because I had a need. I put it in the search bar. I clicked on the very first video, which we'll talk about search, ranking in search a little later here. It met a need there for me. It met a need. And so videos that are performing well, outliers, are some things that we can learn on the type of content that we're making. So that way we're not just the viewer consuming all this content by just one topic we put in the search bar, but we're creating content that viewers are looking for, and YouTube is putting us on the homepage. YouTube has got us in the recommendation page. Okay, so this is very important that we really click into this and get this. Hey, if you're getting great value out of this live stream this morning, see, that's what happens when you live stream so much on Saturday mornings. But if you're getting great value out of this content, do me a favor, click the like button for me. Those of you who are watching us live, click the like button, give us a thumbs up, share this topic with another content creator who's on YouTube. Share it with them. And we, as working class content creators, we have to grow. So let's get back to tip number 4. And that is creating a viewer's journey. And again, YouTube doesn't just want an individual to watch just one piece of our content. It says low. The algorithm, it stalks us. I like that. I like that, Paulus. I like that. Yes, I like that. Yes, there are times you feel like the YouTube algorithm is in fact stalking us. This is true. But we have to create a viewer's journey so that when a person starts to watch your content flows from one video to the next, which last week's live stream talked about, you know, creating a creator's workflow. And the reason why I started with that as the beginning of this series on working class content creators being able to navigate and get through the pain points and struggles we go through as content creators. As I said before last week, we get frustrated, we become exhausted, and we get too tired to want to press record. We get frustrated because we're juggling so many things and we're not consistent. And so that was the first live stream in this series. Now, as a working class content creator, we need to better understand how the algorithm works so we can start getting more views as we learn how to batch record and as we learn how to manage our time and create content calendars to be able to manage our flow. And so there is a journey here that we're all going on, from Paulus to those of you who've just joined us live, as we're talking about 7 tips on how to better understand how the YouTube algorithm really works. We're going on a journey here because there are pain points that we struggle and go through with on this journey about how to create content on YouTube. And so it's important that when you are creating content, you're taking your viewers on a journey. YouTube calls it a playlist. If you just simplify it, the playlist. Here, if you are a new content creator on YouTube and you want to start creating content, here's a big mistake I want you to avoid. Lean in for me. Lean into the camera for me. Grab your pen, grab your pad. Listen up. As you start creating content on your channel for your audience, make sure you don't have any playlists on that channel that's not related to the content that you're putting. What do I mean by that? You ever seen those channels where you see this playlist and in the playlist is Susie's birthday party, there's little Johnny's football game, there is a bunch of songs that the person likes, there's Hannah Montana, there's Justin Bieber. This stuff has no even correlation or relationship to what's on the channel. Make sure you don't have any playlists that have nothing to do what you're trying to create. If you're trying to create content that deals with accounting and marketing and business, let your content be about that. If that's the value proposition that you're promising the viewer, let that content be about that and take the viewer on the viewer's journey. How to better understand accounting, how to prepare for being a certified public accounting. If that's the type of content you're making, let that be the viewer's journey. Because what YouTube is trying to do is get the right audience in front of us. Notice I keep saying YouTube. We also have to understand that we are on rented space. We're on rented land. We don't own the viewers and subscribers. As much as I love Paulus and Tech and those of you who are watching me live here on the chat, those of you who are watching me on the replay, you are viewers all on YouTube. YouTube owns this. This is YouTube's sandbox. Now we take it a step further and we start creating things like communities and email lists, and we all move off this platform and we start connecting more off of those things like school SKOLL, the community, which I'm learning about. Okay, now we can take things to the next level. But we have to understand that this is YouTube sandbox. This is rented space. And so they want us to take the viewer on a viewer's journey to keep them watching. Because at the end of the day, what is YouTube trying to make? Money. Money. And what they're going to give us if we are monetized, AdSense. That's what this all comes down to. Let's not get it twisted. Text says brand new content creators. Yep. Let's not get it twisted. You know, it's about money. You know, YouTube is over 20 million videos are uploaded to YouTube every single day. Yes, the platform is crowded. Yes, the platform is filled with a lot of competition. But what I'm also learning is this platform is crowded with a lot of, some people call AI slop. This platform is crowded with individuals who are brand new to YouTube, and they don't know all the things, that the skills that it requires to be on YouTube. And there are those who are just straight up lazy content creators. And so we are in a position as working class content creators, especially if we've been doing this for a minute, where we can begin to make headway by being able to make relevant content, purpose-driven content that's going to get in front of the right audience that viewers are going to be willing to go on a viewer's journey. Which takes me now to YouTube search. Go back to my point about the iPhone. I have an iPhone 13. I don't have a 17, but I have a 13. And my wife came to me and she said, honey, my phone screen is frozen and I can't get this thing to shut down. And I came across this problem a couple of months ago with my daughter, but I just couldn't remember what to do. And where do you think the first thing I went? Do you think I went to the yellow pages? You say yellow pages, what's that? Google it. You think I went to the white pages? She says, what's that? Google it. I went to YouTube, the second largest search engine. And I said, iPhone 13, what to do when the phone is frozen. Boom, videos popped up. And this person benefited from me watching. And I didn't just click on it and give it a thumbs up and just jump off. No, I wasn't that type of viewer. I had a need. I had an immediate need to help make my wife happy and to fix her phone. And I watched it, did what it told me to do. Boom, fixed the problem. I'm a hero now. Wife gave me a kiss, gave me a hug. Yay for me. That's what we want to be doing as content creators, specifically if we're creating content for YouTube search, answering specific questions for people. That's going to help us to better understand how the YouTube algorithm is going to work and benefit me and you in getting more views and growing our channel and possibly making money online. So taking advantage of YouTube search is another great way of the algorithm working on our behalf. You know, and again, I like the way Paula said the algorithm sometimes can stalk you. And I like that point that they made there. It can sometimes stalk you. You're like, why are you showing me all of this? But the lesson for me and you to learn as content creators, that's what we want for us with our content. That's what we want. And so if we are answering specific questions, if we're addressing pain points in a real person's life, offering solutions, this person offered me a solution. Person said, hit the volume button up a couple of times, hit the volume button down a couple of times, hold the power button, and boom. He said the phone should reset itself. And it did just that. It answered a specific question. It dealt with a pain point that I had. Look at the next piece of content that you're making. And if it's specifically for search, Is it going to answer a specific question for your viewer? Look at your description. Look at the goals of your channel or goal of your channel. Is it in line to answer a specific question? How to do blah, blah, blah. How to do blah, blah, blah. And once you have the topic, work on the title. You know, we're with me and Tech, we've been kind of doing this for a while now. Now we have Chat GTP, we have Claude, you got Gemini. You know, you can and say, hey, help me to workshop this title. Help me with the and with this thumbnail. You know, Tech, just want to give you a quick shout out. Your thumbnails have been on point, man. We've been knowing each other for your thumbnails. You know, now that you're kind of making regular videos, you know, regular recorded videos, your thumbnails have been on point, bro. Keep it up. And so all of that is going to help us to get into YouTube search, which brings me to discoverability. I've heard people say this quite a bit. Now, I really didn't kind of grasp what they were saying. But after hearing it for a while and kind of experiencing it for myself as a viewer, again, going back to you click on a particular, I clicked on looking for a video that dealt with, you know, sororities and why people are denouncing sororities. I was getting tons of videos. Now, some of these videos I was getting, some of these YouTubers, yes, in fact, they probably were monetized and they had 10 to 20,000 subscribers. But I was also getting viewers who had less than 1,000 subscribers. And so what that says to me, discoverability is now more of a main point for YouTube and helping small content creators. If you're just starting, this is a great time and a great period for you because you have an even platform now, even playing field for your content to get in front of the right audience for someone who's searching for it or who's on YouTube. You're on an even playing field with someone like me and Tech who's been doing this for a while, and someone who has, you know, 10 to 100,000 subscribers. What I'm saying is people who have over 10 to 100,000 subscribers, they're not guaranteed automatic views. If you listen to some of these large content creators, what are most of them saying on some of these videos? My views are down. My views are down. My views are down. I'm not getting the same amount of views that I once did. And that's because YouTube has changed the rules of the sandbox to make it more easier for smaller content creators to get discovered more easily. They've changed it. I mean, I was just listening to, I think it was John Campea from the John Campea show, and he had a discussion on this recent lawsuit that Google and YouTube and Facebook was just hit with, where they lost this lawsuit with this one was awarded over $6 million because of the way their algorithm was designed, where it was becoming very addictive to certain age demographic of young people, and it was affecting them. TikTok got hit and lost a lawsuit because of this person. The parent ended up suing TikTok because of how the algorithm was designed, and it became very addictive, and it was in a very harmful and negative way, and the person commit suicide and killed themselves. So these platforms understand that they've designed the YouTube algorithm in such a way where they want to make content more readily available, and smaller content creators can be discovered more, versus feel like it's more based on subscribers and having more views. And one of the questions were posed was, if YouTube and Google and Meta, aka Facebook, don't win this appeal, what type of an impact is it going to have on these platforms? what type of impact is it going to have on me and you as content creators? Something to think about, something to, put a pin in and consider, for another episode. But discoverability, the YouTube algorithm, though you feel like you are not getting the feedback that you want as a working content creator, it's not against you. I know you're getting little to no views, but it's not against you. It's trying to match you and get you in front of the right audience. And if when even for those of us who's done this for a while versus those who are new and are just starting, it takes time to develop the skill of learning how to create a great opening hook for a video. It takes time to learn how to be able to keep a person watching your video for through the entire video and then getting them to watch the next. It takes time to know how to make great titles and an eye-catching thumbnail. These are skills that we have to develop. But while we're developing these things, YouTube is trying to get us discovered more. It's trying to give us discoverability, which brings me to the seventh tip. The YouTube algorithm, just from what I'm experiencing as a viewer, when I search for something on my homepage or I watch something, the algorithm again is going to end up showing me more similar content I just watched, or it's going to keep showing me content on a particular YouTuber that I just been watching. Lately, I was been watching Kurt Nugent because he has a lot of content on StreamYard. And because I'm back using StreamYard, I needed to refresh myself on some of the latest things that StreamYard is now doing. And guess what I've been seeing on my homepage for the last week now? Videos by Kurt Nugent. And what that tells me is he is a person who knows the audience of who he's trying to create content for. He understands his target audience. He's niched down. He's not making a bunch of variety content talking about, vlogging about family and friends and or talking about, how to get the most out of $100 at shopping at Costco's versus shopping at BJ's. He's not making content on StreamYard and then over here how to, talk about the latest Apple phone. He's not making a bunch of variety blended content. The algorithm is rewarding him because he's niched down. He's found his target audience. In particular, he specializes on things like StreamYard. And it's rewarding him. And that's the lesson for me as the viewer that I need for my channel. That's the lesson for you, those watching me live or watching the replay. That's what you want. You need to find your niche audience. You say, Walter, I'm not really clear on finding my niche. Well, watch my video on how to find your niche and write down the 5 things you are most passionate about. Okay, you're passionate about online video, making online videos. You're passionate about faith-based church, studying the Bible. Okay, perfect. You're passionate about sports, in particular, football and basketball. Okay. You're passionate about having a debate show and being able to debate. Okay. So you write down those 5 things. Okay. The next thing you want to look at is, out of all those things, what are you the most proficient at? What are you most skilled and talented about? I mean, do a Liam Nelson evaluation of yourself. If you were calling someone who was trying to hurt your family member, what specific set of skills would you let them know that you have? And now that you know your specific set of skills that you have, Tech, Paulus, and those watching me live here in the chat, look at what you're passionate about and say, okay, when it comes to YouTube, I have a unique, specific set of skills when it comes to online video, when it comes to talking about the Bible and the Word of God, or talking about business and accounting. So now you knock off the other two. Now you're down to three. Then you take it a step further and say, my passion, my proficiency, which of these can you make a profit and make money off of and bring in revenue and income as a working class content creator? And once you narrow it down, boom, you have a potential niche audience that you can begin to possibly create. And then take it a step further and look at the market. Look at the market. Look at, is it a big enough pool where this is something you can be doing 3 to 5 years from now? And if you see some longevity in it, that's what you should be creating content. That's what the YouTube algorithm is going to work with you with. But again, if you're busy making blended content, you're all over the place. Yes, it is going to give you the appearance that the algorithm has not favored you. And that's because YouTube awards those who know their target audience and those who will keep coming back watching their content. And so the question that I have for you, my fellow content creator, is this. Which of these 7 tips that we've discussed tonight connects with you the most? Let me know in the chat. So I'll give you a summary. We talked about understanding that the YouTube algorithm is not against you. Your first audience in the first 48 hours, learning from high-performing videos, taking your viewers on a viewer's journey, being able to utilize YouTube search, understanding that YouTube wants you to be discovered through discoverability, and it's not just about automatic views through large subscribers, or you niching down and finding your target audience. Which of these connect with you the most? Let me know in the chat. And if you're getting value out of this episode of The Huddle, do me a favor, click the like button for me. Give me that thumbs up for you. Share this on your favorite social media platform. If you are new to The Huddle and you want to grow your channel, you want to get more views, you want to make more money online as a side hustle, or one day even become full-time as a working class content creator, I encourage you, subscribe to the channel. Be a part of the community. Enjoying the conversation that we're having here. That YouTube is not a sprint. It's a marathon. But what each piece of content that you make it getting 1% better, making a difference in a viewer's life, not just today, but for years to come. See if we have any more comments before we get up on out of here. Says, okay, here we go. Did I read this already? I'm okay. Paula says, I am refocusing my content for the viewer's journey. All right. Perfect. Then I appreciate you, Paula, letting me know I accomplished my mission. This one comment right here. If by you doing this, and we I've already visited your channel through last week. I really appreciate you being the first person to kind of watch our first live stream that we've did in over a year and a half. I read some of your comments, so I really appreciate you coming back and just being a part of the huddle. I wanted to do it on this Saturday, but I have a an appointment, and I don't know if it's going to run me over where I may not be able to make it. So I decided to have it tonight. So I appreciate you adjusting your schedule, Paulus, and letting me know that you refocusing your content for the viewer's journey. I accomplished the mission here on this second episode of the working class content creator working through their pain points so that we can grow our channels and get more views and make money online. I really appreciate it. Anyone else, let me know in the comments section. If you have a question, put a Q in front of the question for me, and we'll do our best to try to answer it. Those of you who are watching the replay, thank you for watching the replay up to this point. Leave me a comment in the comment section of these 7 tips that we've talked about. As we continue on, we're going to continue to, look at the different pain points that we as working class content creators are dealing with, and how we can be able to address those pain points so that we can learn how to make better content, how to make better content. And so I'm excited. I know Paulus is excited because they've said, hey, look, well, I'm refocused. That's important. When you start getting focused, you start having clarity about what you want to do for your audience and how you're going to do it. Man, that's going to take you a long way. And so I'm excited. I am excited. Just looking for any other comments. If not, we're going to not delay anyone else. We'll let you have the rest of your Friday night. Enjoy your family. Again, click the like button for me. Click that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to the Huddle, where we're committed to helping you to grow your channel, get more views, and make money online. Okay, perfect. I don't see. Let me make sure. Let me do a little due diligence. So the last comment. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you. You as well. Perfect. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and get up on out of here. Paulus has let us know that they've gotten value. Make sure I put this here. Media. I told you I'm getting back used to being on StreamYard, just navigating. That's the notes, that's the widgets, that's the style. That's the branding. Yeah, there we go. Media assets. Getting used to, they've changed some things. So we're going to go ahead and get on out of here. But I appreciate each and every one of you being on, especially those of you who have watched the replay up to this point. Give me grace for any mistakes that I've made tonight. This is my second live stream back over in a year and a half. Hope I've provided some small level of satisfaction in my small errors. We'll get better. So until next time, be blessed, and happy for if it's happy Easter or happy Resurrection Sunday. Have a great holiday weekend. We will see you I like this, Friday, 8 p.m. We'll see you next Friday at 8 p.m. I like this. See you then.